Nothing in this podcast is intended as investment advice, and the people in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to the Midweek Takeaway. Today we're joined by Leon Coetzer, CEO of Jubilee Metals. Welcome back, Leon.
Oh, thank you, Phil. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we just saw the news that the company has just announced the commencement of operations at its Roan Upgrade project in Zambia. This new front-end upgrade increases Roan's processing capacity to 13,000 tonnes of copper per annum, forming part of Jubilee's strategy to boost overall capacity to 20,000 tonnes per annum, including the ongoing Sable refinery upgrade. The Roan project processes previously mined and processed materials, providing Jubilee with significant processing flexibility, enabling it to exploit copper resources often deemed uneconomical by traditional methods. You highlighted the team's efforts in achieving this milestone and the project's role in Jubilee's expansion in Zambia. So despite the many setbacks, you must be pleased with this milestone, Leon.
Oh, absolutely, Phil. It's been a hard slog to get to this point, and we had to overcome a number of challenges, but it's particularly exciting to be in a position now where we have both Roan's current operations running and the new front end coming in as well. And then, of course, as you said, Sable running and being expanded. It's a great milestone to have achieved.
So how close do you think this is going to take you to the 20,000 tons of copper per annum that you were aiming at?
Kevin, it's putting us in a great position. So we're sitting, as you said, with a plant in Roan. It's two components, right? It's the Roan that was operating already, plus this additional component that's got a 13,000 ton per annum capacity. And then we're taking Sable by within the current financial period up to a 16,000 ton per annum facility. So combined, we comfortably reach our 25,000 ton per annum operating footprint. And as we've explained to the market, and there's a beautiful slide that actually draws it out for investors on our website being loaded, that shows that as Sable becomes a dedicated refinery of open pit mining operations, Roan's concentrate is being squeezed out of Sable as that capacity has been taken up by the open pit. And it means, therefore, that Roan's capacity becomes additional to Sable as that concentrate is sold into the market, and already some of Roan's concentrate is already being sold into the market as the two operations come into their full fruition.
So what's the next? I know everybody should be cheering that this has actually happened, because you have come across many different things, both from a practical point of view in terms of energy, from a practical point of view in terms of getting the right resources so that you can then process this stuff. But what are the next steps for Jubilee in terms of this? If you're telling me that once these mines come on board, move into Sable, then your 13,000 tons at Roan is then going to be sold as concentrate. As Jubilee, that seems like a bit of a waste. Normally you won't want to sell the concentrate, you'd want to turn it into copper itself. So what are the next steps?
That's true. We speak of that in the announcement, Kevin, quite right. What investors can expect in our shareholders is a constant update as these open pit resources continue to grow. Monkoi project, which we acquired in June, is already operational and delivering its material to Sable. Project G, which is number 2, is expected to be completed within August. And then, as we told the market, we are targeting several that is well in progress in their review at the moment. So those projects will be coming into the market quite rapidly. Then you're quite right. When you look at Roan, we as an investment review set down for later this year, will review whether we start expanding Roan to start incorporating a refining component at Roan. At the moment, Roan makes a high-grade saleable copper concentrate, but you are right. You want to ultimately get the full value of your copper, and that is to take it to copper plate or cathode. And therefore, we are reviewing whether we will continue to expand the Roan as it becomes its own dedicated, not only concentrator facility, but also refining footprint.
So it would become the all-in processing and then turning it into the copper itself.
Exactly. Basically a replica of Sable, where Sable is able to produce both concentrate and refine that concentrate to cathode. So to ultimately, we expect Roan to follow a similar path. We have all the infrastructure We have the power availability, we have the road infrastructure, we have the land at Roan to make such a potential investment a reality.
Yeah, having visited Roan ourselves, obviously, yeah, Roan is a huge area now in terms of its ability to expand. You could have probably 5 processing systems on Roan by the size.
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. And our designs have always been modular to be able to expand. This front-end module that has now become operational at Roan, and the videos of it operating is being loaded onto our website and will be available during the course of today. These modules are the exact modules we look to place and roll out at our mining operations as well, where we pre-concentrate that mined material before it is refined. So constantly in the background, what is also happening is that the feed copper content into our refineries are increasing, and with that, the refining's output of cathode is stepping up. So it really is a position we have reached after capitalization, after overcoming the challenges you spoke of, where Jubilee now can accelerate and implement its growth of its copper projects and its copper output, having spent the money on establishing an operational footprint in Zambia of the size that we hold.
And I suppose my final question would be the Mofileira slag project. Where are we at with that?
So there's 2 components, right? So on the one hand, Roan is processing, as we said, previously mined, so it's mine waste, and as well as previously processed, so that's tailings and various other components of previously processed material. On the additional projects we have in our portfolio outside of what currently is operational is on the one is our OB project or our waste rock project. We've partnered with the IRH that is currently completing its review in the pipeline. So that project is likely to become operational ahead of a Mofileira slag project because it's so far advanced already. The Mofileira slag project is another such previously processed material in our portfolio, and included in that is, of course, our Kitwe tailings is also in that pipeline portfolio. So within the portfolio of previously processed material, we have a very, very large portfolio of projects, and the implementation of those projects will be dictated to by the capital return they offer. And at the moment, the OB1 project is prioritized.
Very good. Okay, well, we wish you luck, and I'm sure we're going to hear from you in the not-too-distant future about lots of different things that are happening.
Yeah, I would urge anyone listening, if you wanted more information about the sources of the feed that are obviously processed by Jubilee in Zambia, you can refer to the presentation which Leon alluded to there, which has been uploaded on the website. And then furthermore, there's also a second video of Project Munkoyo, which has been uploaded on the website, which showcases the commencement of mining operations of the facilities during July 2024. So we'll put a link to those presentations and the video on the description of this podcast as well.
Oh, thank you, Phil. Absolutely, yes.
Okay, on that note, we'll say Leon Coetzer, CEO of Jubilee Metals, thanks very much for your time.
Oh, thank you, Phil. Thanks, Kevin.
This podcast was brought to you by Roast PR Limited. If you would like to appear on a future episode of The Sunday Roast, please email admin@thesundayroast.net.